Welcome to my art room. The theme for my room is always let's make a mess. I'm going to pan real quick so you can see the whole art room. And then we're going to go through choice stations, which I do for grades 3 through 5. Here you'll see a workspace. I have kids work on the computer. Sometimes I just move my plan book. This is free time station. That's for K2. We have break time station. I have kiddos that utilize that. We have Artsonia. Don't mind the mess. We always have a beautiful mess. We're building minds. That is the kiln room and storage room. My workspace. And here we find choice station bracelets. They need to wear bracelets as they're in the choice station. You'll also find it over here. So they're not all running to the same place for the stations. Over here you'll find the drawing station. That's the very first station we open up. Here's all the procedures, what you can do there, what you need to use. There's paper and stencils, ATCs. QR codes for lessons. Those are table bins. I use those for my K2, and in here they know to grab a table bin when they need glue, pencils, or scissors. Helpers. Now we're going to head to the collage station. We also have golden paintbrush. They earn a golden paintbrush at the end of class. And at 10 for my K1s, they get an art party half hour. If they get 15 for my 2 through 5, they get a full hour art party. We're kind of in the showdown for the end of the year. You'll see all the artwork along the counters and up on the shelf. Those are all the classes separated. Here's the collage center. Now they grab collage over here, which has all the bins. It's quite messy right now. But the collage instructions are over here because collage moves around a lot. I usually don't have a bunch of kids in collage. Kind of hit and miss. But those are the procedures. And then if they choose painting, they come over here. You have to mind we've been doing printmaking, so there's stuff everywhere. You can find tempera cakes up there, or watercolor fluorescent paints. You also find temperas and palettes. When they're exploring and experimenting, they use these paints. We also have dried watercolor palettes, and there's a liquid watercolor. And there's the procedures. We've got paintbrushes and buckets. Usually we have the cleaning washcloths here and the drying washcloths here, but I took them home to wash them. We haven't cleaned up everything from printmaking. All right, now next would be sculpture. Sculpture is in this corner. Obviously you see some of this stuff. Here's sculpture. Those are the procedures. They do have to do an attachment challenge, which means they come here to the sculpture box and does your sculpture fit in this box? You have to grab one of these little bases, and you have to do, according to your grade, 3 manipulations 3 high, or 4 manipulations 4 high, or 5 manipulations 5 high, depending on your grade. Once you've completed that, I sign off in your sketchbook. There's also a safety test to get to use the glue guns, and this is the glue gun station. I bring out trash quite often, and I also do paper mache. There's trash art in progress. More trash art. You can see some of the trash art. I spray it, prime it. I just use white spray paint, and they finish their projects. I don't keep 3D in the room. They do bring it home because I don't have a whole lot of space. A little shout out to my amazing drying rack. I love my drying rack. And after sculpture, now let's go to fibers. Fibers is over here. You'll see our amazing large loom I inherited from the previous teacher. Love it. They use it as a collaborative. They've been working on it for about 3 or 4 weeks now. It's coming along. You'll find beads, you'll find felt, you'll find yarn coming out the sides because that's the easiest way I have found to manage it. I also use old Lysol bins. I do have yarn in all those Lysol bins. We have embroidery floss, we have needle threaders, we have buttons, we have beads, we have everything you could ever need. And yes, that says nettles. That was my mistake. I was watching TV and embroidering it, and it came out nettles, and when I brought it to school, the kids made fun of me, and now we call them my nettles because I'm old. All right, now let's do architecture. Architecture is found on the rug or around the rug. Most of the time they like working on the rug. And right now we are only doing city blocks. Everybody wants to go through architecture. We haven't gotten through everyone yet. Then we go to printmaking. Printmaking is way back here in the back. Just open printmaking, finally. Printmaking station, right now we are doing printing donuts just to get a feel for the process, using the brayers and the inking boards and learning how to print. But inside here, you've got all the nifty printmaking. If they ever need a pencil, they just come get a sharpen, put the unsharpened in there, and switch out. Let's go over to journals and sketchbooks. Our sketchbooks are found right here. They're done by class. They could either follow the procedures of planning, which they know in their sketchbooks, or they can come and get a plan sheet right here to plan their project. There's also a self-assessment to be filled out, which you have to do at least 2 a year. In here you'll find clipboards. See how this looks. A little rough. Let's see if we can print. There we go. That's a nice example. Here you'll find an example of where all the stations they have been. So I have 2 art auditors every quarter, and they're in charge of making sure this clipboard gets filled out. They come and get the bucket, they put it in the middle of the room, and each person has to come and fill out where they've been so I can keep a track of where they've been. Inside their sketchbook, they have, I grabbed one, safety's test. She has not taken the glue test, but she's done the attachment challenge. And she comes through and she's planning her projects, taking notes. So that is my room. I hope you enjoyed the tour. It has a lot of fun in here. We make big messes, and we love every minute of it.